On this episode, I'm doing a review of the Kylo Ren costume from the costumebase.com website. Hi everyone, this is Michael Freudenberg, and today we're going through the Kylo Ren costume from the costumebase.com website. Now, first of all, I'm pretty excited about this, only because of the fact that recently I bought myself a Kylo Ren Black Edition helmet from Hasbro. Now, I wanted something that I can dress up, especially for Halloween, which obviously is just around the corner. So I wanted something that was fairly accurate. So what I did is I bought this item. Now, the item ships from Singapore. I'm in Australia. It took 2 days. 2 days to get to me. There was no extra expense. It was free shipping. I was pretty excited about that. So what I'm doing at the moment is just currently going through the package and opening up and seeing what's in there. Now, the first thing I noticed about the belt, just at a quick glance, was just how thick it was. And I'm pretty certain it's leather, guys. It's pretty thick. Now, it's got some good details on it, and everything is sewn really well. And it's got a Velcro clip at the back. Now, the next part is, there's another bag which I'm opening up right at the moment, as you can see. Now, this holds the tunic, as well as the over tunic that you wear. It also has the pants. Now, the first thing I did is when I was having a look at it, I was just having a look at the detail, and I'm just surprised how thick the material is. It's actually really good quality. Now, one thing I want you guys to know is I'm not endorsed by this company that makes it, but because I was so impressed with it, I just wanted to share it. So I'm having a look at the actual zipper, and again, I'm surprised because the quality of the zipper is actually quite decent. I know when you buy some items, you get really plasticky zippers, but these ones look like they're actually going to last a good time. And considering I'm not going to be wearing it every day, I should get a couple of good years out of it. Now, the pants themselves, which I'm looking at the moment, have an adjustable band. So that's great because, hey, you never know. You put weight on, you lose a little bit of weight. Those type of things, as well as the fact that it's comfortable. So the next thing, which I'm really interested in looking at, is the material that the hood and all the outer cape has. Now, one thing is this material is very hard to get hold of. It's a thick basket weave. Now, considering the price I paid for this item, I'm pretty happy with it. It's really thick material. So one thing, it's going to be hard wearing. Another thing, it's probably going to be quite warm, only because of the fact that I'm in Australia. Now, in our summers in Australia, it does get quite hot. So this is obviously going to be a little bit warm for me to wear this Halloween, because obviously summer's on its way. And in Australia, around Halloween time, it's going to be quite warm. Obviously, if you're in the other hemisphere, so America, for example, it's probably going to be starting to get a bit cooler. So you guys will be going through autumn. We're going through autumn right now. Now, I'm having a look at the detail. First thing I noticed, guys, is I'm really impressed with the stitching. The stitching goes all the way. Now, I'm trying the pants on for a fit. Now, they're a firm fit. I've got size large because I think I'm a large build. It's got a pocket, which I was impressed with because, hey, you never know. You always need a pocket with costumes. And there's good amount of give on the elastic band. So I'm just putting these on now, just so I can see how it fits. This is the very first time I'm putting it on. So again, I'm pretty impressed with the thickness and the quality of the material, as well as the quality of the sewing in the actual costume itself. It's quite thick on the arms, as you can see, so it gives it that nice depth. Now, having a look at the basket weave, you can see it's quite shiny. Now, in the movie, there is a slight shine to the costume, so it sort of sells the fact that it's Kylo Ren's costume, obviously, but the fact that it's a modern material that's being used. Now, the zipper, again, I just want to show a close-up of the zipper. It is a metal zipper. It does have the plastic teeth, but it's not the cheap plastic zippers that you get. So I'm pretty happy with that. The hood is actually attached to the outer tunic. Now, one thing with the original costume is the hood was never a part of the outer costume. So that's probably one thing that I would say is not a 100% accurate replica of the costume itself. And if I was to give a suggestion to the company, I'd probably say, is there a possibility that you could get the hood and make it a part of the scarf? However, because of the price range that I'm using and the fact that once you put the scarf around my neck, it does a good job. Now there's a lot of give there. One thing I'd probably recommend is putting a piece of wire around the brim. That way you can shape the outside. Now, as you can see, the bottom part has got the correct detail. You've got the two flaps on the front of the legs and the rear is one piece and it moves around quite nice. Now let's have a look at the belt. The belt, even though not, again, 100% screen accurate, it is quite good quality. Look how thick the belt is. Everything's sewn in nicely and you've got a large Velcro patch at the back so that you can fit it to the back of your back, obviously. It's quite easy to put on, as you can see. The Velcro just simply slips on. Now, I bought the version that didn't come with gloves, so I'm using my Darth Vader gloves for this demonstration. Now, having a look at the scarf is quite wide and it's very long. Now, when I'm putting this on, and I noticed in the video I didn't put it on correctly, you'd probably want to have it over your shoulder a little bit. What I did do as well is I put a stitch at the back so that they came together. So it sat more like the actual costume in the movie. So I'm just going to put my gloves on now. And one thing obviously is making sure that the gloves fit underneath the costume, like I'm doing at the moment. Now the pleats are very good too. There's no inconsistency in the pleats. All the pleats are around the correct width all the way down. So there's a lot of detail taken into it. So as you can see, I haven't got the scarf on correctly. But again, this is just a fitting for the demonstration. Now you can move around. There's a lot of movement. Now I'm using obviously the Kylo Ren Black Edition helmet. And once I put the hood on, it seals the deal. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit with the helmet, but again, I can do it all by myself, so I don't really need somebody to give me a hand to dress up for the costume. But again, like I was saying before, if you put a piece of wire inside the inner side of the hood, you could probably give it a bit more shape. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of room in there, so you can put your helmet. Another thing I'd probably recommend as well is having a neck piece, which it doesn't come with, but getting a neck piece so you can hide your neck. And there's a few Kylo Ren moves. Now I wanted to show you what the back looks like with the stitch in it and with it sitting properly. So what I've done is I've gone in with the scarf and I've just simply put a few stitches just to hold it together so it doesn't come down on one side, and I'm just pointing to where the location of that is now. And this is what it looks like obviously with the hood up, and if I'm to take the hood down, it's going to look like this. As you can see, there's a lot of detail in the costume. I'm really happy with it, and that's the why I've done the review. And this is how the material flows as you're walking around. It's quite heavy and it gives you that nice look as you're moving around. So as you can see, it's no wind in the location I'm shooting in, it's just fluidly moving around. And that's my review on the Kylo Ren costume from the costumebase.com website. Down below in the description area is a link to the actual costume itself. Again, the material is amazing. The workmanship on the costume is amazing. Although it's not 100% screen accurate, I think with a little bit of tweaking, you can get there with it. So it's definitely a good starting base. And it saves a lot of money instead of going out there and buying or trying to locate the materials for it to try and make the same thing. Now, if you want to become a Filmmaster subby, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook and or on Twitter. And until next time, don't just film it, master it.